I think an SD card. This is the Homebrew Guys podcast. I don't ever get to do the introduction. This is your spot on the internet, on YouTube, and wherever podcasts are heard to hear about the news and social media shenanigans in the live show. So if you're listening live, drop a message in the chat and let us know.
Drop a chat in the chat, please.
Drop a chat in the chat. And obviously you can super chat and such as that. What? If you would like to support the show, that benefits our show directly. Mm-hmm. And here's Garrett.
Hey, so it's also a garage door opener. I'm sure you can hear it. It's fun when that's in my videos. I'm sure people have noted. Actually, someone commented one time. They're like, "Was that a garage door opener?" Because it was.
That's awesome.
We try to pause. Oh, this is.
Tell us about what we're drinking tonight.
So we have some special brews from a special friend to the channels, I should say, Mr. Kyle Ducharme.
Whoop whoop.
Fantastic mead maker, has shared a couple of bottles with me, and I like to try and share them with multiple people. Of course, I like to drink mead, but mead with friends is more fun than mead by yourself. So. The first thing we're trying is blueberry vanilla.
Oh, man. It smells like both of those things.
Smells like blueberry and vanilla.
You'll have to forgive us. We just drank 14% ABV Ciders right before we started. So our palates are a little bit destroyed.
No, they've been worse.
Yeah, it was a lot of apple.
The bread yeast, that one was a palate destroyer, I will say.
That's fair.
But
Slayer! Shout out to Larry. Member for 57 months. Coming up on 5 years of membership to the YouTube channel.
It's a lot of Larry.
Have you seen these videos going around lately about YouTubers who are turning off the user-supported monetization methods?
Like
patrons, bits on Twitch.
What's the intent there?
I guess like the majority of a YouTuber's revenue comes from ads. And there's now this like prevailing ethical dilemma of squeezing your viewers out of their pennies as gifts when really like 90% of your revenue comes from ads anyway. Yeah. And so like, why are you asking people like Larry to give $5 a month?
Yeah.
When that really doesn't change the equation. It's like a trending thing that mostly like gaming streamers are doing now.
I get it.
I'm not turning mine off anytime soon. On BrewTube, we need all the help we can get. All right, so let's take a look in chat. I see Extinct Shorts, Jage, Tiger Pat, who are you? Tell us. Tell us who you are. Adept Nonsense, Fun Pants, Larry, Bill, Sir Gluten Frey, Andrea, Cowgirl Wyoming, Casey Brenneman.
These are new names.
We got a lot of new folks in here tonight. And I see some questions in there. We'll get to those questions in just a minute. That's true, Larry says. What's funny is BC also pays me $5 a month. I do. Larry created...
So just changing money?
Literally, we're just swapping money back and forth. Larry is the creator of meadtools.com, which I think everybody has bookmarked these days. It's the most reliable way to do batch building and nutrient calculations and all of that. Shout out to Larry. I do. I give him $5 a month as a supporter of meadtools.com. So before we get into some of these, I'm going to go through your questions. I promise y'all. Before we get into this, I guess we'll start with Garrett. What's new, buddy?
What's new? Well, I'm running out of content to post.
Ruh-roh.
I know, it's crazy. I've had a long trend of being very far ahead, and I'm down to 3 videos.
Oh my god, that's good.
It's very good. I'm down to 3 videos to post.
3 videos remaining. Soon, Man-Made Mead is going to go off the air.
Well, and it's been the strategic thing because I'm changing my content to these tests that I like to do over recipes and stuff. And so I'm recording new content that's going to take a little while to come out. I'm trying to decide at this point. It might be something that I talk to people who are fans of the channel that would they care about it being a 2 weeks between each video, or because like I could always do these. I could go back to making recipe videos.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as much fun, but if people are like, no, I have to have a video a week, I could do that and then still hit my goal of wanting to do all these bigger tests. They're going to take more time.
That a little bit segues into our discussion prompt for the night. So maybe we throw that out and then come back to this conversation. We can go see what people say in the chat about it.
Yeah.
But what is it that you all are wanting to see out of BrewTube these days? Because like you said, recipe videos 3-4 years ago were all the rage. Everybody wanted recipe videos. Now they don't seem to perform as well.
They're not as fun for me, at least.
Well, but like the views seem to be down on recipe specific videos, but I don't really know where views are up either. And so I'm curious. I want to throw it out to y'all.
I know
tonight.
where they're up.
Give us some ideas of like what is entertaining in the BrewTube space, because what seems to be entertaining is gimmicks right now. It seems like everybody is like everybody who is working toward being a content creator is doing gimmicky stuff. Like I've seen everything from like SpaghettiOs mead to, you know, the Dr. Pepper meads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That all seems to be very popular amongst people who are working to become content creators. But I don't know that that's necessarily what people want to see. I don't consume a lot of BrewTube content myself, so I don't really know what I would want to see if I was a beginner or intermediate. So I want to just throw that out.
Yeah. I mean, so like I felt I'm very excited for a video coming out, and it's been a while since I've been very excited for a video, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is, when it isn't this test sort of environment, it's just not been as fun to make. But I've finished, I should say, after a long time, this primary versus secondary fruit test. And this video I've been sitting on for a while. I've been finally compiling results, and the data is ready to be presented on primary versus secondary with 15 different fruits. And so in about 2 weeks' time, that's going to be out there on the internet. And I'm excited for that video.
Yeah.
It's very fun to get to share that. And the other ones, like other videos, are fun to share. But there's a lot of pride that I have for this one specifically because of the amount of time and effort and all that.
And you said it's like full of data too.
Yeah, it's full of data. It's going to have all the ability for people to go through, look at the spreadsheets of judges' tasting notes and all the composites of things. And hopefully it's informative to help people make decisions. That stuff's exciting. I don't know about you, but I don't always feel that way about recipes. You know,
I used to, back when recipe videos would perform really well.
Maybe that's part of it too, and I'm just like have a view mindset, but like,
yeah, and we definitely have to get out of the view mindset. Part of what we're doing, part of what we signed up for in becoming BrewTubers was low view counts.
Yeah.
The people who are watching our videos are folks who are eager to learn about a very specific niche hobby. And so we can't ever expect to have like a big viral success where we're going to have millions of subscribers. Like that's just not how BrewTube works. But it is, I think, it's difficult to spend your time developing a recipe, perfecting it, and put it out for very little interest, too. And so I think it ends up...
Oh, I'm hardwired in.
Okay. It seems like maybe we're back.
Oh, my gosh.
So...
that's crazy, man.
So we are... This is crazy. Okay, so hopefully we're back. Let us know if we're back. We are on Ethernet tonight.
Maybe go to performance mode. I don't know.
I mean, I'll switch it to performance mode. But we are on Ethernet tonight, and so we should have a very stable internet connection, but it did just drop the internet connection.
That's just absurd. I did what I could, y'all. It's been a meme for forever now.
Yeah, your internet.
And now I'm literally at a loss on what to do other than to call my internet provider and say, I'm plugged to the mainframe and you still suck. Like, it's unbelievable.
Well, I don't know what to do. And Andrea says we're out of sync.
Can you reload your thing? I don't know.
Are you talking to the user or talking to me?
No, her.
Yeah, I
reload her. Maybe that's, I don't know. Continue on. We'll see about this.
Yeah, I don't think it's a performance mode situation. I think it's just
for my phone.
Well, Andre is a guy.
Andre.
Well, you can hear us, so hopefully that's good enough for tonight.
Yeah.
We're doing our best here, but we're on an Ethernet wired connection tonight. I don't want to sit and talk about our internet too much, but it is showing that I've got about 7-8 gigabyte.
According, this is not desynced, so I think they need to
Okay, so your phone is fine. Okay. Well, we're just gonna carry on.
Did you have any comments about what people want to see before the desyncage?
Well, let's start by going through and answering any questions that we see. Casey says, starting my first mead this week, been binging both of your channels. Great videos. Do you have any one quick punch of advice for Casey?
Make more.
All right.
I mean,
Let's see.
the only way you're gonna learn.
Just Jade asks, when are we going to do pressure fermentation videos?
That's on my list. It's on my list of ones to do. Oh, like a AB.
Yeah, I would like to. I think I'm trying to move. I'm trying to sell my house, but I think when I do, that's going to be my clean break from glass carboys for 5 gallons, and I'm going to try and move to all fermenting in kegs, fermenting and serving in kegs.
It's gonna have a whole wall of kegs.
Yeah, I just like
that's cool.
I know that in my 15 years of home brewing, I have dodged many bullets on slicing up my arms and legs from shattering carboys. And so like the longer I go brewing in glass, the closer I get to the singularity where I slice my arm open.
The moment.
And so I think that would be a good time to move to kegs. And then I'll probably do quite a bit of pressure fermenting because...
Well, I plan on doing a video that will be just like, pressure fermenting at like 10 PSI versus nothing, not at all. It'll be interesting to see some results.
Larry says that he'd like to see more podcasts. He loves watching you interviewing people.
I got another one coming out in about a week.
Right on.
But yes, I need to get back on that. Those are fun, but I wish I had someone who could manage like a booking person for me, because it'd be so much easier. Right now it's like chasing a cat and mouse. Like,
gotta get yourself an intern, dude.
I don't know how people do it all the time. These like podcasts where they have guests, like if they're just constant. So it's fun. I enjoy it.
Let's see. Casey says, I'm always about watching recipe videos as well as science ones. Fun Pants says that he would like to see more fig content. Andrea says, I think people dig highly researched content.
You would hope.
Sir Gluten Fry says, how about a Chili Boy Autumn series?
Just keep on going with the bit.
I would have to have a lot of brews ready to go for that. Maybe next autumn. Seems like Andrea is the only one mentioning that we're out of sync. Larry says, I also really like the experiments. Larry says, I just won't look at our faces. That's great. Fun Pants says it's synced on their end. Yada, yada, yada.
I don't know, y'all.
Okay. So yeah, doesn't seem to be a consensus really. I will caveat that the crowd that's watching live tonight is like the hardcore brewing crowd.
Yeah.
And so I think they're going to be different
consume.
from folks who stumble upon homebrew content.
We could go down. We've been down the rabbit hole many times on this, but we just want to make content that we get to enjoy making.
The magic formula is that we enjoy making it and you enjoy watching it.
And those very rarely.
If you can find that Venn diagram, let us know.
Sliver.
This is really excellent. This blueberry vanilla.
I moved on to the.
Oh, you've moved on. Well, I have not.
Strawberry mixed fruit.
Well, let's go ahead and jump over to In the Brews.
In the Brews. Okay, so we're gonna jump into our first segment. If you were around last month, we did an Ask Us Anything. Ask Us Anything.
Yeah.
And which was quite fun. Go listen to that one. We just rambled, which if you like us rambling, then you'll love that one. We're going to get back to the basics.
I'll apologize. I don't have headlines this week because I got a new computer and it's been like a whole week of moving stuff around.
So it's just a...
So there's just a
cool.
just a ticker at the bottom. I'm sorry, but like
Well,
getting a new computer.
We'll forgive you this time. BC,
it's made things just a little bit more hectic.
Next episode.
But we do have pictures. So we can at least do that.
Okay, so our first one. I found this when I was reading through it. It's an interesting
It's weird, isn't it?
issue for somebody. So an Alaskan pilot, I don't know what SCOTUS is exactly. Oh, Supreme Court of United States. There we go. Sorry. I read it right below. He's looking for a little bit of assistance because she, Kenneth.
It's an old man.
Kenneth Hoopy. How do you Joopy?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
He brought some beer, not great beer.
Yeah.
Out
a
of
few cases of bud.
a few cases of bud from Fairbanks to Beaver, a small remote Alaskan village, the north of there.
I guess Beaver voted just prior to this to become a dry town. So no alcohol in their town.
So he rolled up. He flew in with his bud.
Well, he was chartering a woman who was bringing home groceries.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even his.
Well, he got some big trouble for chartering this woman, and I guess the beer was in her luggage essentially. And so I wonder if he even knew. Do you think he knew, or it was like they got out of the plane and it was like, oh, I flew with that.
I think he didn't know that it was there, but when they landed, they searched the compartments to see if there was anything banned and found that.
When they found the Bud Light.
But the crazy thing is they took his plane, his $95,000 plane, and they've had it, I guess, since 2012. He still hasn't gotten it back. Yeah, this was in 2012. And so now he's escalated.
So 2025, he's just like, hey.
Yeah, he's escalated all the way up to the Supreme Court to try and get his freaking plane back.
That plane does not fly anymore. That
over
thing is
3 cases of Budweiser.
Crazy. Yeah, I'd be mad too.
Yeah. What's interesting, Anna and I have been binge watching Northern Exposure. Do you know about this show?
Mm-mm.
It's an early 90s show that takes place in a fictional small town in Alaska.
Okay.
And one of the characters is a bush pilot.
Oh, interesting.
And so, like, when I saw this story, I was like, wow, that is weirdly relevant to the, like, retro TV show I'm watching right now. And it's totally the type of thing, per this show, that I could totally see really happening. Like, this is like a plot line straight out of the show. Pretty weird.
I guess the moral of the story is don't drink Bud Light. I'm trying to find the silver line.
Don't drink and fly.
Yeah.
Don't DoorDash.
Don't actually
with
fly
your plane.
You can drink while you're on a flight, but
as long as you're not
in
control of the plane.
There we go.
All right. I kind of want you to do this next one too, because this is like more in your wheelhouse.
So let me move this over a little bit. This is because I'm a philanthropist. Is that why you're saying about me?
Yeah. You're a global philanthropist.
So our next article, philanthropist John Kluge Jr. He turned a pandemic epiphany into a net zero meadery with global emissions. We have another meadery started called Thistle Rock Mead Company, created post-pandemic era. And his entire goal is to be net zero with, I'm guessing that means every single component of waste and emissions and things like that.
Yeah.
So as far as how you achieve that, based off what I've seeing here, looks like the bees are the main component there. So the bees are... Hold on. I'm having to go back. I read this earlier.
So he's working with a couple of other, I guess, nonprofits or NGOs as part of this collaboration to try and have like a sustainable meadery.
See, I was really hoping he was going to have like, the hamster wheel, but it's bees. And they're just spinning the wheel and then
and they pour like the flow of honey turns the big wheel that powers the tanks.
Beautiful. Can you imagine? We can totally Sora AI that. For sure.
I think it's an interesting concept. It's interesting how these concepts always take
I'll be curious in
like
actuality.
a really rich person to put up a lot of money
Right.
to try and make them happen.
Right.
And so I think that demonstrates just how expensive and difficult sustainable businesses can be in a global capitalist hellscape. But I wish him luck. I think that's a really honorable
And I hope that he
endeavor.
produces quality mead. It is fantastic to be net zero. I think that's great. But I sure hope that your stuff tastes good, because you're going to get a lot of exposure from this marketing, clearly. And hopefully that also means that you're putting good stuff out there, so the name of mead is not
Right.
taken down because you're getting exposure from a different.
So John Kluge Jr.,
Kluge.
if you're watching this podcast, send us some Thistle Rock mead and we'll do a review.
Oh, maybe I'll do a podcast with the guy. And
Yeah,
see
reach
about-
out to him. Maybe he'll fund our meadery. He's a global
man.
philanthropist after all.
Let's get Mr. Beast to sponsor our meeting. Beast meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. This one's funny because
It's very scary.
I just
Spooky.
need.
This is spooky time.
It's spooky, right? Look at this guy.
Ah!
He looks like a character from Dumb and Dumber. So he is warning that there are really scary ingredients hiding in American wine.
So this
Up to 70 scary
do they
ingredients.
list them?
They do not.
Okay, so that's just
And he never discloses what they are. And he has his
Gaming.
and he has his own wine brand. And so it's almost like he's trying to scare you
mine
away.
don't have these 70.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to scare you away from buying other people's wine. But yeah, this guy, Charles Smith, went on Fox Business to sound the alarm over 70 additives that could be in your wines. But good news, his wine has none of them. I'm presuming this is stuff like sulfites or
Yeah.
vitamin C or sorbate,
Trying to list every mineral.
it says 70 additives, but a lot of the things that are being added to wines these days are like antioxidants and color preservers and like things that are totally inert. A lot of them will just like turn into salt in your stomach. Like, this is that thing where people like to say that additives or chemicals are bad without naming what they are or naming why they're bad.
Well, then people will I wouldn't drink that one that has this, and then go and eat McDonald's. You're like,
Right.
okay, cool.
Right.
So
Right.
you got all those things that you said.
Right. Just so you ate them instead
You
of
drank a
drank
Dr.
them.
Pepper, so everything you just did negated.
I think the conversation of like what's in our food, what's in our beverages is an important conversation to have. We do live in a world of ultra processed and highly refined foods.
Yeah.
But if you're going to, Charles Smith, raise this conversation, I think that the only honest way to have the conversation is to name and shame. You should tell us what wineries are spooky, and you should tell us what they're putting in their wines, not just try and scare everybody away from buying what they like.
This article could have been so much, if he hadn't name dropped that he had his own label, that totally killed any sort of anything for me, because I'm like, okay, so you clearly had a different mission. Like, if you didn't mention that you had your own winery and you were just, I'm concerned, here's what I've noticed.
Right.
That is a very different perspective.
Well, and this quote from him where he says, most people believe that wine is just grapes, and it should be, as it's been for centuries. That's also just not true. I mean, for not just for centuries, for millennia, people have been adding things to their wines. The Italians, the Romans, the Chinese, there are additives from bentonite to various forms of sulfur. One of the guys on my Discord was talking about how, I guess in Rome, they would burn
the clay pots,
something
in order
to get the sulfur into. There have always been additives in wine, always. And so this is just a weird
Not my wine. No.
straw man argument that
I make sure mine re-ferments in the bottle for sure.
well, we're gonna have a story about that later.
Well, I also like in this, he is trying to pin the idea that people have stopped drinking because of this, because of extra ingredients. He notes that younger adults aren't drinking. Well, that's not because there's all this stuff in it. I think that the people are just not drinking because they don't want to drink. I think that's the reason they don't. They don't want to drink.
Yeah, it's a health choice.
I noted that there were 70 extra things in my wine, and so therefore I stopped drinking, my White Claws. It's
right.
like those are not going hand in hand.
Right. Casey says, excuse me, Man-Made Mead, I recently watched your wedding mead video. How had that been developing over the years? I don't mean to hijack your topics, but I wanted to ask before I forgot.
I've intended to open a bottle. Well, we do open a bottle at every anniversary, but I've intended to do some sort of tasting thing. And then I backed off because I was like, I understand people are interested in like it, but the intent of the whole video was for me to make it special between my wife and I, and me not to drag her in. Now, that being said, maybe at one point, maybe at the 5-year, maybe at the 10-year, I'll like make a bigger event of it. But I can tell you, after tasting it, it's really interesting what fruits have popped out. It's apple and pear, and then a medley of honeys. And the beginning, it was all apple that was just like dominant in her face. And then like year 2 or 3, all of a sudden this pear started to really
interesting
pop out, which I was like, pear doesn't do that. That's not
it's usually a background character.
Yeah. And so that has started to get more prevalent. And so that's the newest note with all this nice warm honey character. It's really like, it's definitely sweet, but it's got a nice good balance between the sweetness and acidity, and it's aging well, honestly. I still have like half. I've been opening up, alternating synthetic and then natural cork.
Oh, interesting.
And trying to like see if there's any difference between those. So,
and has there been?
I haven't taken notes very well, so I need to probably take some real notes next time we do it. We normally open it, like anniversary, and we're just enjoying it. And I don't want to take that away because that's the intent. But I do also want to do the research because that's where that's something I like to do, obviously.
Shout out to Peanut Butter Galactic. Haven't seen you around here in a while.
Yo.
Welcome back to the streams. Okay. In spooky news. Elvira.
I'm gonna make you say all of this.
You're probably a little too young for the Elvira craze. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not familiar one to me. Elvira is not.
You don't know.
Mistress of the Dark.
Wait, you don't know Elvira at all?
I'm a very visual guy.
Yeah, Elvira, man. She would like host. She had a show that she hosted. She did some.
I've seen a clip. Yeah. Okay.
And she was friends with Pee Wee Herman. Interesting. They were buds. They like came up in the same kind of.
You should really.
They came up in the same kind of circle of actors and fun. So Elvira is doing a cider collab beer, or cider collab with a cider house. Bauman cider. So I tried to buy this. I looked it up, tried to buy it. It seems like it's out everywhere. I couldn't find any, and apparently it's like just not available in Oklahoma. So
interesting.
I wanted to surprise you with some Elvira cider tonight, but I couldn't get a hold of any. It's a 12-ounce can. Clocks in at 6.7% ABV. Uses fresh pressed dessert apples blended with cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and nutmeg and clove to channel autumn spice.
That does sound really cool. It'd have been fun to taste something like that with my apple cinnamon being, get some more characters. With all the other spices, too, like an apple pie sort of vibe.
Shout out to Elvira, man. Still like decades later,
we've not said that enough, I think, on this channel.
Living the dream.
Once per podcast, we got to throw that one in.
I just I appreciate that. Like, she found her thing, and she has been doing it all these years. And you gotta. It's nice when somebody,
rain or shine, you gotta just wake up and grind.
All right, I'll let you take this last one.
Have you heard of the Samuel Adams Utopia before?
I actually don't think I had heard of it until I saw this article.
So I've heard of this before. This is Samuel Adams' strongest beer, and it is this year's version is clocking in at 30%.
And notably, they claim that they do that just using natural fermentation.
No.
That's what they say. They say they have a proprietary blend of yeasts that they're using.
They're on something else. So it's funny. The reason I know about this beer specifically is there is a channel called Cold Ones. There are these two Australian YouTubers, and they drink a lot. They do a lot of these drinking things. At one time, they tried like the strongest beers from around the world, and they started at like a 12%er, and they ended at they had this one on there, and then they had like a 45%er or something at one point.
Yeah, there's one from like Scotland or Ireland that's like 60 something percent now.
It's like not beer. I mean, it can't be. Anyways. So that's how I know about that. I've seen them taste it, and it's interesting. We can't buy this here, but it is available.
It's illegal in Oklahoma.
It is. Is it legal? It's illegal in 15 states. So you're in one of the 35. Congrats. 24.5 ounce bottle. It's only $240, BC. I think for research, we got to try it. We got to get a hold of some.
It's cool. It is like a Solera style thing. It's blends of all kinds of different beers, some beers going back 30 years. And so like it would be an interesting drinking experience.
I can't believe that it got to 30 though. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's no.
Just using yeast. So they say.
We can barely get to like 22% with yeast. And you're telling me that y'all have crafted, Samuel Adams and their infinite wisdom of high ABV brews have crafted a yeast that can push its way to 30%.
Okay. Sam Adams Brewery, if you're watching,
send us the yeast.
We'll fly up. We'll fly up to Sam Adams. We'll sample your yeast. We'll brew a mead on site.
Listen, I'm going to say it. Release the yeast.
69 Beast. I would be very curious to get my hands on that yeast because I just do not believe it.
Well, maybe with barrel aging, if you do consider that in there and you have the spirit, but then if you're barrel aging and you have spirits that have been in the barrels, how are you not going to declare that as some sort of fortification?
Yeah, no,
that seems like such a gray area to be like, we didn't actually add anything in, but it soaked up some of the leftover spirit.
That barrel I used to have was a whiskey barrel, and it had whiskey in it when I got it. Like I probably could have poured 2 or 3 glasses of whiskey out of that barrel, and then I put a Chardonnay in it, and it was undrinkable. It tasted like whiskey. Like it pulled so much out of the barrel. So I do think there is some contribution there.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to try it. Maybe if I can get my hands on some, it'll be like you bought a $300 beer kit. It'll be like we'll crack it open like a Schramm's Heart of Darkness style, big tasting.
We probably couldn't cultivate a yeast starter out of a bottle, could we?
Maybe.
Something to think about if we've got $240 to burn.
Well, we've cleared through.
We've made it through in the brews.
In the brews, we are going to continue on. Should we get into the next segment, or do you want to talk about anything that you have on your channel? I know you have been burning through Crispy Boy Summer.
I've got one more episode coming, but I'm waiting on bottles to condition for that one. And so we have done 12 out of 13 parts so far.
Nice.
Crazy amount of mead.
What's been your favorite one of every one that you've made from this series? What would you do again?
It's interesting. So there's one we did called Sunberry Smash, which is a strawberry lemonade. And I believe it was Kyle Ducharme and I who tasted it for the channel. And when we tasted it, we were like, oh, this presents as lemonade. This is like a nice pink lemonade. The last bottle I opened a couple weeks ago, all the strawberry was back. It was like big strawberry with a nice back kick of lemonade. And so I think that one aged really nicely where like some of those muted flavors came back. But the one that we put out this week, Campfire Craze, is really good. It's like
I watched that one and I was like,
coffee, vanilla, graham crackers, crisp, lightly sweetened.
It's been fun to see you like crafting these things because they are very approachable. Every recipe is like beginner friendly, which is nice. And obviously your intent, I think.
Yeah, that was the goal is to sucker people into session meads.
Yeah.
So that they could be like, open up their eyes to a new world.
It's also cheaper. If you're not sold, make a session mead because it's cheaper. What'd you think of his strawberry mixed fruit?
It was good. I prefer the blueberry, but for a mixed fruit, that like everything worked really well. It melded really well. Very cohesive. It wasn't whiny.
I agree. The blueberry vanilla was definitely more smooth, very It was a good combo there.
Larry said there was a time when we would crowdfund the $240. Yeah, man. Live streams during pandemic era were a lot of fun. There was one where they sent me $300 something to buy 5 gallons of maple syrup. It was a good time.
Yeah,
those were the days.
If you know of Boots and Doots, if you were back into those days, you know of some shenanigans that we would go through.
Boots and Doots is
literally
retired.
been, I think, scrubbed from the internet after a season. So
Boots and Doots is embarrassing, but it was a good time. Speaking of that, I just got a 60-pound pail of honey that I need to use to make our holiday hoedown mead. Holiday Hoedown is a special thing we do in prep for Mead Stampede. It's a little bit of a holiday party. It's a little bit of fundraiser for Mead Stampede, and there's some sponsorship opportunities available for pretty cheap that then roll over into Mead Stampede for the next year. So keep an eye on the Discord and on the Mead Stampede website for information on that. But I got to get that brewing because Christmas is coming fast.
Christmas is coming real fast. What kind of honey did you get?
I got Orange Blossom.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid Orange Blossom.
I got that Summer Sweet. I'll be curious. I haven't tried it yet. I need to... I have some honey left in buckets I need to kill. That's like now crystallized, and I still have yet to figure out an easy way to decrystallize a 5-gallon bucket of honey.
I mean, like a heat belt, I guess.
I tried that. I have a little heat wrap, and I threw the
doesn't get it warm enough.
It didn't do it. It would not get hot enough. So, and I'm past the point where I could throw it outside and let the heat happen naturally. So, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just mix water in it and let
it go.
Let
it ride. All right. You want to jump to this month in brewing?
This month in brewing. So we've scoured the internet and located some internet articles, kind of similar to our In the Brews segment, but these are more specific to Facebook, Reddit, anything like that, those social media sites.
This chocolate meat is freaking bomb, dude.
It is very good. I think this one's won a couple awards, if I'm not mistaken.
Really good.
So our first one from Robert Troll on Facebook.
Yeah, this one's cool.
Yeah, this looks like something that you would have shelled out $300 for.
Yeah, dude, I would have bought this.
It is an old press. Old style press.
Yeah, press and a crusher. Like all wombo combo.
Which we're going to be doing
Hopefully.
a cider sizer something.
I'm a little worried they had a bad apple season down in Porter.
We're supposed to be getting a bunch of apples BC did this last year, and then it didn't pan out for me to join him for the actual crushing because
this guy having babies.
I know. I had a kid. It was like, sorry, dude. But we're going to try to do another cider and literally crush the apples, press them, get the juice.
That's the goal. I've been keeping in touch with my friend who can get us wholesale apples, and we want to get Arkansas Black apples this year, and as of yet they have not been available. So I've been gently reminding her, and she said they're just not.
They will be available at some point because they got to make their money. So, anyways, this grinder looks really cool.
Yeah,
pressure grinder combo.
Dude says he's gonna fix it up and make it functional again. I love like the big metal wheel on the side and those teeth in there to grind up the apples or grapes, I guess. Super cool. Like you don't see stuff like this anymore.
No.
So that's from the Mead Recipes, Techniques, and Tips Facebook group.
I'll let you take this one because you alluded to it earlier about explosions.
Yeah, so this comes from r/Mead. So I was in r/Mead looking for stuff, and it's kind of a ghost town in there these days.
Was there still 200,000 people on?
Well, sure, but like nobody ever leaves a subreddit.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
And so, yeah.
Well, they have 37.
Well, there's somebody trying to make a meat out of pickleballs. So
that's.
See what I mean? See what I mean about just like the junk of the internet? So this came from r/Mead, and I thought it was funny, so I included this one. But they had made. I feel so bad for this person. They made a blueberry pancake mead. Bottled it, but I guess what they had done was they bottled it
with their stabilizer or a back sweetener,
like maybe
too
soon after stabilizing and sweetening, and the bottles exploded. And if you look, like here's the full picture. Like I've had one of these before. This sucks so bad. Like look at all the.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's all down the wall. It's all behind the shelf.
The ceiling tiles are easy to replace, though. That's
it's all over.
Ceiling.
Oops! It's all over the desk there. All over their stuff. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's miserable.
Okay, so to me, and this is a video coming out this week I did a video on replacing your stabilizers. When and why we replace stabilizers. I think this is a circumstance where their sorbate or their metabisulfite had gone bad. Because I've had that. I don't know if you've ever had that before.
Yeah. I replace mine once a year.
If you don't do that and you pitch it in there, it might not work.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened here, is that it wasn't fresh enough. And
yeah, some folks in the comments were trying to troubleshoot, but that sucks. That sucks when that happens.
But I've been there. It's definitely...
Yeah, I mean, the ceiling in my kitchen right now has a splatter on it because a bottle that was up there, bottle conditioning. I don't know if I didn't mix the sugars in. No, I didn't hear it. At least I don't remember hearing it, but I do remember walking into the kitchen and being like, why is there meat all over the counter? And then I looked up and there's like splatters, and then I looked down and there's a bottle that's missing its top. So, good times. Okay, next up, have you heard of the worldwide beekeeping awards?
I had never heard of this until you brought it up. It's interesting. I like that there's a component of mead tasting though.
Yeah, they have
an actual,
not very much mead.
Well, it looks like it's in Copenhagen, so it makes it a little bit hard to
maybe like 60 or so bottles of mead there.
Yeah, probably a lot of European, and then all commercial, from what I can tell.
Interesting.
I mean, they look like labeled bottles to me. So I don't know though. Actually, they do look professional.
It's kind of cool. Maybe we should try and plan a trip to Copenhagen next year.
Dude,
in September and go and like taste a bunch of honey.
Out with these ladies, I think it's all girls drinking. Just us.
What's
and
up,
some
ladies?
Grandmas.
What's up, Grandma?
Oh, 100%. That's all a whole lady panel. So just be.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this is I kind of went down a little bit of a Google rabbit hole after seeing this, because I had no idea this was a thing. But apparently this year, for the first time, the World Beekeeping Awards did not have a competition for honey, because the prevalence of adulterated honey has made it to where they can't trust the honeys, and they don't have the capability to test them all. And so they just said, you know what? You guys and all your counterfeit honey out there, you've ruined it. One bad apple has spoiled the bunch.
Oh, man.
We're not doing honey awards anymore. And so this year was the first year that they didn't do that. Which I was talking to Anne about this because this was so bizarre to me. And she was like, but aren't they adulterating the honey so they can sell more honey and make more money by diluting the honey with other stuff? Like, why would they ever enter that honey into a international honey competition?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to win. And the whole point is they're tricking you into buying crappy honey. Not that they're like, I'm going to trick these honey judges.
Right.
And win first place. So, like, it just seems odd. The whole thing seems weird.
That is odd. Well, it is interesting that the world... Well, I want to know what beekeeping awards are given. Like, you gave the most care to your bees. Like, you love your bees the most.
Well-behaved bees. You have the stings hurt the least.
There's another Sora AI video of someone interviewing a bee with a microphone. Tell me about your... how do they treat you in the farm?
Praise the queen. All hail the queen.
I'm feeding everyone in the chat Sora videos. Please go ahead and create them and put them in the Discord so we can...
Jeez. Well, I think we should plan a trip to this. This should be our 2026 adventure. Let's go to Copenhagen and taste through.
Nope, I'm not going to say it.
Okay, and moving right along. So this last one actually comes from my Discord server. Woo! You know Bucky.
I know Bucky.
So he's doing an experiment, and I just thought this was fun to show. He's doing an experiment where he took his grapes and he put them into his apple juice. This is stuff from his homestead.
So no yeast. He's doing.
Oh, I think he's probably going to put yeast in there, but like the idea was, what's going to happen when I put my grape skins into my apple juice, and the result is this a bright purple cider that pulled all this color from the grape skin. So I'm excited to follow this. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this.
No. Yeah.
And so it's cool that it all came from his little homestead farm that he's working on, and And welcome back to the world of brewing.
Yeah,
Bucky
welcome back.
was on hiatus for a little while, and so it's cool to see
Also
him back.
fantastic mead maker.
Yeah, showing us some cool projects. And so if you want to demonstrate your cool projects, we both have Discord servers where you can post, and your stuff may end up on this podcast.
Yeah. You guys are doing interesting stuff for sure.
I want to give a big shout out to all of the fantastic folks who support my channel.
Man, this is a really old one.
Is it?
Oh,
I think this is the one you gave me last month. But these are the folks who support Garrett's channel, Man-Made Mead.
Yeah, I'll get you. No, I won't. Let's be real. I won't get you a new one. But in my brain, I will have considered getting you a new one. New list. But thank you to my supporters if you are currently supporting me. Especially because as I reflected on my primary versus secondary video, I had a couple people who specifically backed that video, which is really kind of them.
Right on.
Donated to that. And they covered about half the cost.
That's awesome.
They covered about $400 of it. The other $400 was mostly from myself and then Patreon, YouTube membership, stuff like that. So like there's no way that I would have been able to do that test without the support of those groups of people, because it's expensive to do the big tests.
It is.
Which is why I really hope that when that video comes out, people will watch the video and get something out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I'm sure BC has felt this recently, but like when you put a bunch of effort into something,
It sucks when nobody watches
there's
it.
like a little bit of anxiety of like posting it, like, oh gosh, please.
Yeah, I worked so hard on this, and then like you get some good comments, you know,
Yeah.
it's fun, but it's like, man, the stuff that you put no effort into can go viral, and the stuff that you work your ass off on gets just like an average reception, and it's like that's the struggle of being a content creator.
I saw some new names in here. I don't know if they're still hanging around, but if you were a crossover person from one of BC's most famous videos that has come out, I'm curious to see if you're in the chat, because BC has had some great success.
You know what's funny about that video? You said you looked at the comments. I had Anna read me some of the comments from that viral video.
I looked at the first, like the top ones, and I was like, okay, yeah, these people are goobers.
It's a circus in there. What's funny is there's like a lot of like, I'm trying to say this kindly, there's a lot of folks who miss the joke, who are like trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong and why I'm doing it wrong. And it's like, if you were to click over to the rest of the channel, you would find that that maybe I was kind of yanking your chain a little bit with this video, but you know, it is what it is.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure you've received a lot of new people. Do you have any comments in here? I don't have it pulled up on mine because I'm afraid that I'm going to break the internet again. Very fragile
let's
internet
see.
that I have, apparently.
Larry and Adept Nonsense are trying to fundraise toward getting us a bottle of that Sam Adams.
Utopia? Okay.
I guess that from what I can read from their comments, that it's not easy to find. You can find it sometimes up in the Philly area, but you're on a little bit of a treasure hunt.
There's a like Facebook group, beer trading group, that for sure
Tony might be able to get us a bottle of it.
Freeman's. Go down to Freeman's.
Yeah, but like Tony, he's in all those weird secret Facebook groups where they're trading expensive bottles.
The guys at Freeman's probably have the connections to like.
Okay.
But yeah.
Let's see if we can work. I'd pay you $120. Oh, yeah. I'd throw in half.
Yeah, it'd be fun to try something. I mean, if it's that famous or infamous, as the Three Amigos say.
Fun Pants says that crystals for a small fee will liquefy your honey before they ship it to you.
But will they do it after it's been sitting for 3 months? Because that's what I really need.
Andrea says that the method Bucky used is called the ripasso method. Ripasso. You have to do this. It's part of the pronunciation. When I looked it up on Google, it said before pronouncing pinch fingers together.
You might find you were a band kid.
I was a band kid.
The way I used to teach trombone, kids holding the trombone slide, was I had a dumb story about two brothers who played trombone, Italian brothers. And you're supposed to hold the trombone slide like this with your thumb and two fingers, like that, kind of like an Italian. So you use your wrist. And so I would tell the story about the happy Italian brother, and he would play his trombone like this, and he was very happy and pleasant. And then the angry trombone brother, who would play like this with his fist and just and so I'd always be saying, so that's how I taught how to hold a trombone, is you want to be the happy Italian brother. and I had a whole bit. It was quite fun.
Let's see. Casey says, I've got at least 2 years worth of brews based on your guys' video recipes. That's awesome.
Let's go.
I'm curious what of those you've brewed. Andrea says, have you all tried quince? Are you familiar with quince?
I know it's a fruit that's English.
It's in the palm family. It's kind of like an apple.
Heard of it. Never used it.
I did a brew back when I was doing my Twitch live show. I did a brew with quince jam, I think it was. But we don't really have access to quince.
I was gonna say, I've never, even at like Crest, that's like the place I get the weirdest fruit. I've never seen it.
I've only seen it as jam, and I've only ever found that at our Asian supermarket, Super Cow Win. So I don't know. We don't really get it here. I presumably it's a lot like an apple, right? It's in the same family.
Presumably.
They're doing the same things with it, but
so you just brewed with apricots. My apricot mead is sitting back there, not very clear. I can't get it clear. I think you had a wine you made with yours.
Yeah, I made mine into just a country fruit wine, Jack Keller style.
I've never brewed with it, so it's kind of interesting.
Super good. I think I've drank all the apricot wine bottles. Drank or gave them away.
I've been letting mine sit to see if it'll clear naturally, and I've already back sweetened, so I'm just probably going to force clear it and then see what happens.
Let's see. Casey says that they have brewed blueberry vanilla, mead mosa, strawberry vanilla, some traditionals to start with.
Mead mosa, that's one I want to return to because I did it in a bottle carb, and I'd love to do it keg carbed and attempt it again.
They've realized that Fun Pants has been made a moderator on my chat, and I am actively watching him delete their mutinous messages. It's pretty funny. Andrea says, it's like an apple, but immensely tart. The flavor is amazing once cooked. It's honeyed. That's interesting.
Honeyed. That's interesting.
Larry asks, BC, do you remember what the deal was with fermenting cider on pomace? I seem to remember something about the tannins being different that I found counterintuitive. Yeah, so when I was at CiderCon, what we learned there is that when you have contact with the flesh, somehow the chains of tannin bond to the pomace.
Interesting.
And so you actually are pulling tannin from the cider, not leaching tannin into the cider. And they admitted during this panel that this seems counterintuitive, that like skin contact, pomace contact would make a more tannic cider. But when they sent samples off to a lab to test for both long and short chain tannins, they found that the ciders that were fermented on the pomace had less tannin than the ones from freshly pressed juice.
That's odd. So
it does not make any sense to me. But apparently the tannin, I mean, it's like a sponge essentially. The pomace sucks in the tannin, it bonds to it, and when you pull the solids out, they stay. The tannins go with it. Weird.
That's weird.
It's really weird. That was the most interesting thing at CiderCon. That tannin, I really wish you could have been there for it.
Oh, I wonder how much that translates over into fruit.
I don't know about other fruits. That this was specific to apples. So, blackberries may be different.
Well, I'm thinking about, that fruit test, primary versus secondary. On fruit skins and secondary, I'm trying to go back to my mental notes. Was there less tannin or more tannin? Because if there was less tannin, maybe it pulled tannin from the brew itself to the secondary, if that makes sense.
Maybe. I don't know. This was specific to apples and pears. It was specific to palm fruit. But like the most interesting part of that was we tried 3 ciders, 1 perry, that all had varying levels of tannin. And this wasn't just like, oh, this one has more and this one has less. But like they would put on the screen the lab tested parts per million of tannin. So you would know that like this one's 25, this one's 100, this one's 250, and this one's like 1,000,000 or whatever. The perry was so tannic. I have never tasted and it was all soft tannin. So I think the soft ones are long chain. But like it was like your mouth was just covered in velvet and you could not make that go. Like you had to drink water to get it out.
Interesting.
It was, I wish you could have been there for it. It was the most enlightening. But when they said that thing about the pomace, like basically like sucking up the tannin, I was like, No way.
Yeah.
that just does not make any sense.
Man, that's fascinating.
But like I said, that may just go for apples and pears. Maybe it's different with other kinds of fruits. Maybe it's something about how the pulp is, the molecular structure of the pulp or whatever.
Yeah.
But Stinger is the guy who gave us those apricots, said he was going to drink the apricot wine tonight. I gave him a bottle of wine made from his apricots.
I need to remember to send you some. Maybe you could be part of the tasting with me. Let's arrange that, Stinger. We'll see if we can get that going.
All right. Do you have anything else to add tonight, sir? We've been at it for an hour.
An hour already?
Yeah,
Holy cow. If you have any stories coming up, or it's not coming up, if you find any stories, feel free to send them in my Discord. There is a channel dedicated to the Homebrew Guys. So if you find stuff, put it there. Or if you don't want to join my Discord, you can ping BC, and I'm sure we could put it into a list.
Yep.
It's been a little more difficult to find stories from what BC has described, so
especially social media stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like the social media landscape has changed dramatically just in the year and a half, 2 years we've been doing this podcast, to where it's kind of hard to find fun stuff to feature. There's a lot of like, hey, I mixed up this 1 gallon traditional. Hey, I did this, whatever. But like, there's not like really mind-blowing stuff going on out there. And I don't know if that's just that like people aren't sharing it, or that it's getting drowned out with what seems to be a pretty big influx of beginner mead maker homebrewer traffic, which is not a bad thing. I'm glad people are joining the hobby. It's just like, we can't feature a 1 gallon batch of pale ale on here like that. That's not entertaining. So if you've got a big project, if you're building some apparatus, or you're going to do a no water brew from your own blackberry vines that you planted 10 years ago, post that somewhere and send us a link to it so we can feature it. Cause I want to show cool stuff like that. I want to show people, I want to demonstrate how like thrilling homebrewing can be once you've like crossed the threshold into the great beyond.
And I've always wanted to have we like the education component of this. I've always wanted to include an educational component to these podcasts where we get to talk about things. And we did it for a little bit. We had a couple episodes where we talked specifically about something. If there's a topic you want us to go further on, to maybe talk about live, let us know. And we will let us know early so we can try and plan a little bit to say like, oh, we're going to talk about this today. But it'd be fun to go deeper, do a deep dive into something if you're interested. Otherwise, I am just pulling out of a hat of the things I'm interested in, which is not often what everyone else is interested in. So maybe you can help me corral ideas better.
Samuel says, doing the most. You inspired me to brew some Kill You. I'm sorry. Is there any mead recipes? Actually, I will say the Kill You that I tasted with Charlie earlier this year on the channel actually turned out really well. It was very crisp, very neutral. The stuff I made in that stupid viral video it's got dumped in the backyard. You inspired me to make some Kill You. Is there any mead recipes you think would be good to make before Thanksgiving? I mean, I don't really have any Thanksgiving themed recipes, but I would definitely encourage you to brew like a cranapple Cider. Cranapple ferments so well. It's smooth. It's really
juice
acid
is easy
balanced.
to get to.
It's really easy to get a hold of. It's like $2 for 64 ounces.
Throw in like a cinnamon stick, some spices, and you've got yourself like a perfect fall sort of mead.
You could serve it still. You could serve it sparkling if you get it done in time. Cranapple is like a great way to just brew up a quick holiday thing. You have any recommendations?
I think my apple cinnamon's killer around this time. I think people are definitely interested in it with the season. But anything with spices. I mean, really, I think any fruit, any spice combo, you're going to find yourself a fan more than likely. So, I don't know. I think that's a good thing for our comments section as well. If you have any ideas, it's a great time to coordinate a little bit with us. Are they getting mad?
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of Discord messages now. All right, let's see. Last one. Larry says, I have a project plan that may be worth featuring. I'll let y'all know. That's exciting. Ooh. So again, I want to echo what he said. Join our Discord servers. You can find us easily. There's a link to mine, I think, right under this video. You go to his website, you'll find his Discord, manmademead.org.com. manmademead.com. I'm going to buy manmademead.org and use that for my OnlyFans. And share your stuff with us. We want to see what you're brewing, what you're up to. Join our Discord mostly because it's fun. It's a lot of shenanigans and good times and silliness and memes, and it's a good community.
It's a quick way to get responses too, especially for me. I'm really bad about checking YouTube comments. I don't know about you, but I go days and I'll be like, oh, shoot, I should have gone through and replied to people.
I don't read YouTube comments anymore. For one, I get too many, and so it's just like I feel overwhelmed when I even click onto that page.
Yeah.
And for two, most people who want to ask me a question find a more direct route.
Yeah.
Which is my email. I try to answer every email I get.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I stop answering because I can go on like 10 responses.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And then every week on the Craft to Brew Instagram, I do an AMA. So if you have a direct question for me, jump on there. I think it's Tuesday nights. They post the question box and the stories, and then you can ask me a question directly, and I answer literally every question that comes through, even if it's a stupid joke. So yeah, you can hit me up there, but please do leave a YouTube comment, but don't expect me to answer it.
Yeah. No, this is not to say don't ask questions, because there are a lot of people in our comment sections who are also knowledgeable.
And they'll answer for us.
And which is very helpful, honestly, especially when it's very rudimentary questions. As much as we love answering the same question for the 1,000th time, it's nice whenever someone swoops in and says, hey, actually, here you go.
Nathan says, I like videos with adventures and journalism, so questioning Sam Adams in Boston, then Copenhagen would be awesome. We'll see. How about you figure out logistics for Copenhagen and I'll talk to Sam Adams. We'll see if we can make one of those trips happen.
Yeah.
So we are looking at, if you have suggestions, let us know. We're looking at going to Sugar Belt. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
In Indiana. I think it's in May. It's a mead festival there. They have 25 meaderies there. But we're looking for something kind of in the springish time of year next year to go to. I've been to CiderCon the last 2 years. Something a little different where we can go on like a continuing education adventure.
Yep.
And so if you have suggestions, if there's something better than Sugar Belt that we should be looking at, whether it's wine, mead, cider, let us know. Jump in the Discord, send us an email or whatever. But we'd like your suggestions on festivals, conferences, things like that we could go to and feature. It's always fun to make that kind of content because you get some like man on the street kind of vibe while you're out there. It's a little bit different than standing in here.
It's true. Y'all get tired of this setup anyway, so getting out of the house.
I've been doing a lot of my videos in my dining room lately.
I have noticed that a lot of your Crispy Boy Summer's been in the dining room table.
My studio is just always a disaster.
When you move, you'll have a whole new space to corral.
Yeah,
and to move that crafting.
I don't want to move all that stuff. That's one of the biggest barriers.
You should at some point for the Discord maybe do what that room looks like, because I don't think people
studio
understand.
Tour?
I don't think people understand the space that is spatial usage happening.
It looks so different.
Like we almost need one of those like 360 cams that you can like zoom around and be like.
It looks so different in the Craft to Brew videos versus what I see when I walk into that room.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a disaster.
Especially when you had it flipped to the other side was the doing the most like live or your video backdrop. You had.
I mean, all that stuff's still there. I just can't get to it because there's 1,000 bottles of Fago mead in the way. It's a good time.
Yeah. Check out the Discord for that behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that this weekend. It's a mess in there. I shot a few videos in there today, and I was just like, I feel overwhelmed by this space.
Yeah,
I am at heart a minimalist, but it is very hard to practice minimalism
when you have 1,000 things
in a brewing setup. Yeah.
Well, one day you'll have kegs you have to deal with. So
Tiger Pat shows up to say later, Gator. But at no point does he disclose his true identity. The plot thickens.
Tiger Pat.
I saw him tapping away on his phone, so I think maybe he's Tiger Pat.
I think we're all Tiger Pat.
In our hearts.
There we go. That's a good shirt. I'm hearts. Tiger Pat. No, I'm Tiger Pat.
Oh, man. Let's see. Levi says, that they do a Lapsang Souchong mead for the fall. Light, smoky, always reminds me of fall evenings. I love that. I love those like camping kind of inspired drinks. I went camping a couple weeks ago at Boiling Springs State Park. You ever heard of it?
Where's that?
It's up in northwestish Oklahoma.
Really?
They have a little spring there that just like blah, 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 out of the ground.
Can you get in, or is it just
No, they got it walled off. But we went fishing. I caught a catfish and a bass and a crappie. I stopped some city slickers from trying to pick up probably a 25-year-old snapping turtle.
You should have they would have definitely learned their lesson for sure.
Yeah, it was the type of like, I didn't really want to have to deal with
A finger being chopped
what
off.
that looks like. But yeah, there's this freaking snapping turtle, and the wife is like, honey, he's sick. He needs to go back in the water. And this guy's like rolling up his pants to get in, and like, the turtle was sitting on a rock, right? Like, I don't know
like
what
in a
your
natural
expectation.
habitat, you're like,
they were worried it
"We
was
gotta help
stuck on
him."
the rock, and the kids are like throwing, and they're like throwing persimmons at it to try and
Oh,
see if it's still alive, and it's kind of moving a little bit. They're like, I think it's sick. It's still alive. I think it's sick. So I went over there and I was like, you're gonna lose a finger if you touch it. Like that is a snapping turtle, and that you don't want to mess with it. It's just like, how did you people get here? Like, like why are you here if you don't even understand? Like, we're in Oklahoma. Snapping turtles are everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's basic knowledge here.
not for some people. You know, that's
Crazy, man. I did have some good persimmons while I was out there, though. They had a persimmon tree over by the playground.
forge them.
I kind of just stood by the tree eating them while my kid played on the playground. So, good times. Larry says, if you say camping again, you summon Jake. I heard Jake is busy tonight.
Oh, Jake.
Unfortunately. Fun Fan says, what a waste of persimmons. Yeah, that's fair. It was weird. It was a weird moment. Like, I could tell all these people were from the city, and like, this was like their first experience in many a year in the wilderness.
Well, you saved some fingers, so you can
I
sleep
hope
happy.
so. I feel like these people are older than me too, right? Like, they were probably in their like late 40s, early 50s. And it felt like real weird to have to go tell this
Like,
guy.
you should know what a snapping turtle looks like. They got its jagged features. Generally speaking, means that it's probably not happy.
Good times. It's always fun to
Parent older people.
experience those, like, because I'm with my kid. She's watching the turtle too. She knows what a snapping turtle is, and it's just like you almost have to like resign yourself to the interaction.
Yeah.
Like, I could just drag my kid over to the playground and tell her to go down the slide, but like, as a human being, it is my duty to tell this guy not to lose his pinky finger tonight. I mean, we were in the middle of nowhere. It would have been a 40-minute drive to a hospital. This guy would have been hemorrhaged out. Hey.
BC saving one finger at a time.
That's what I do. All right.
Well, until next time,
drop the curtain on this thing.
Make sure you submit your article stuff, and we want to hear from you in the Discord and YouTube comments, and especially if someone brought up brewing our recipes. I know BC will probably feel the same way. I like when I hear people are trying my recipe, and then even if you're trying it and you've adapted it, you've added a new fruit, you've added a spice, you've changed a yeast, like, your experience is super fun to hear. So if you've made it verbatim or you have tweaked it, let us know what you've done with our recipes. And the Discord, great way to contact us that way too. But we hope to hear more brews coming from your brew house. That's it.
Well, until next time, happy homebrewing and cheers.